It's the GOAT Coach, and this is Bro vs. Bro Podcast, and I'm the big bro.
And I'm Sean the Pod Don.
Sean the Pod Don. I like that name. Man.
You like that name? Yeah, I came up with it off the fly.
So you saying when it comes to podcasts, you are just the ish kind of like, huh?
Yeah. The shit. Not the ish.
The ish, the shit.
Shit.
When it comes to these debates.
Yeah.
Well, man, we got like another day before New Year's, and what are some of the New Year's resolutions you made for yourself? Not just fitness, but finance, health, education, knowledge.
Okay. One of them is win more bets, man. I've been losing a lot, so I want to shorten up my legs a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just make smarter parlays. You know what I mean?
What's your thought process when it comes to placing the bet? What do you do to determine what picks you're gonna make?
I first like to determine who is gonna win the game. So once I determine, it's kind of simple. Who's gonna win the game?
That's first.
So once I determine that, obviously, if you win in the game, you should have the better stats. So if I feel like the Lakers are gonna win, I may go with Anthony Davis rebound because he have a big game, or LeBron's PRA, points, rebounds, assists, or Austin Reeves assists. I may do something like that.
That shit ain't working. You just said you were.
I get that as an example. Every time I bet with the GOAT,
I'm
he
just
come
saying,
through.
you just said that this year you want to make better picks and stuff. So your technique needs
That was a example, bro. That wasn't. You know what I'm saying? What I did, I was just an example. So you can't be taking my examples and goddamn trying to dissect it.
So yeah, man, I wasn't scrutinizing your technique, but you said that that's something that you're gonna do at the beginning. You're gonna make better bets.
Yeah.
So do you think he did it again? So do you think it's gonna? You have to tweak that. Think you have to tweak your way you do your bets, because obviously, if you want to get better, something's gonna have to change.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I like to go all in. So sometimes I use too many legs, too many teams. So just shorten it up a little bit. Do it make sense? It's easier to hit a 3-team parlay than a 6-team parlay. So,
but when it comes to the payout, how much more money will you get from making a 6-pick versus making a 3-pick?
I mean, you get a substantial amount more, but the odds are you're not gonna win. So I'd rather go with the less money, easier odds. Really, I do both. Man, old girl, man, she ain't posting everything now. She ain't posting them losses.
She probably, but
in her defense, she's doing 4. You can do up to 6. So she's doing 4, so she's kind of already taking that approach.
She ain't doing the 6, but she ain't doing the 3. She's doing like
exactly
1 up. Okay, well, man, that's a good New Year's resolution, man. So I guess that kind of goes with the other one I was talking about with finances. Because what about your health, your fitness, man? You got to gym.
Oh yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going back to preload, so I definitely have more gym time, man. I need to get back, come in, drop about 20. You know what I mean? Get back right.
Well, speaking of bets, man, this bro versus bro, all bets was off for the Florida State Seminoles, man. I mean, they were that
was a good segue, man. That was a good. I like that.
Bets off?
Yeah, man, I like that. That was good.
I do this,
That was good.
We talked about this the other day, about a week ago, about what kind of game that was going to be between the Florida State Seminoles and the Georgia Bulldogs. And to me, the game was an embarrassment to college football. It was embarrassment to the ACC. We don't want you in the SEC. Y'all are trash. Y'all are garbage. I feel like the coach, high-level college officials, to make a point. Now, I could go there because every time black players or something like that, Black Lives Matter, don't protest, play football. In protest of the CFP's decision to keep them out of the college football playoffs, all those players opted out, didn't play, came up with whatever excuses, and we seen a lopsided game yesterday between the Bulldogs and the Seminoles. We're gonna get more into it, but it looked ridiculous, man. It was embarrassing. I felt sorry for the kids that were out there trying their best They definitely couldn't compete. To me, their teammates who opted out, and they're not even the ones that are going into the league. It was a pride thing. That was your chance to show, hey, we deserve to be there. Georgia showed they were supposed to be there. Seminoles dropped the ball majorly on this ball game.
Well, I think they said, damn that pride. Y'all took our pride when y'all didn't elect us to go into the top 4. So, that was their way of protesting. I mean, do I agree with it? You damn right I agree with it. Shoot, man, I want to play for a championship. If I win every game and I win my conference championship, I deserve to play in a championship game. So I understand the protest. Now, what you said is big. Now, I do hate it for the guys that got pounded out there. You know what I'm saying? Because Georgia punished them. I feel for them guys, because like you said, you kind of left your teammates out there to get destroyed.
Facts.
But I understand the protest even more. And like Kirby said, it was a bad look, man, but I understand, guys. So I ain't mad at them, man. Me personally.
Okay. Understood that you're not mad at them. But when it comes to the competitive sport of football, it's a type Alpha A commercial. Y'all went straight snowflake with this protest shit. Now, we've seen the ball on the other side with the kneeling and all that. Shut up and play football. That was the narrative. Shut up and play football.
Right.
In this case right here, hey, this was y'all chance to show the whole world we deserve to be there. They got a lawsuit trying to leave the ACC. Mm-hmm. If I'm the SEC, I don't want you.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's rumors that they trying to get in the SEC. Cause I'm sure if you leave a conference, you have to be accepted into a conference. But this is the kind of competitive spirit that you put into your players. Not to mention, Georgia didn't have nobody opt out on a large scale like that. Georgia's starting quarterback played half the game.
Okay.
Georgia came to play.
Okay.
And the Seminoles should have had the same. To me, they should have had the same approach to this game to show everybody, hey, we was the real deal. I think even if they would have, this is just speculation on this part, but even if they would have had their start, they still would have got a shellacking because it was an embarrassment. Anytime that you got third and fourth stringers in there, they still putting up points and they still wearing your ass out. They wouldn't have won the game regardless, in my opinion.
Okay. To Florida State's defensive Florida State, they was already about to leave the SEC prior to this game. The ACC prior to this game, as early as the summertime, if I believe correctly. So the wheels was already in motion for them to leave. And as far as they wanted to showcase. They didn't want to showcase they belong on the big stage in the game of this magnitude. They wanted the mega stage. They wanted the Beyonce stage, Taylor Swift. They ain't want no goddamn summer goddamn, know what I'm saying?
The pre-summer jam stage.
Yeah, man. They wanted the grand stage, and it got took from them.
No.
Yes.
One thing about it, no. One thing about it is you always have NFL scouts.
Yeah.
You always have people like that looking. So once again, if you wasn't just like the high school level, if you're an NFL scout, you looking at that game and you seeing what kind of involvement that those players have with their team. That's just a X in your list off the muscle with some of these players. And I know it's a business, but I think good old fashioned values still mean something.
But you know what though, bro? I want to take the focus mostly off these players. You best believe behind the scenes, it was the coaches telling these players not to play protest.
That's why I always say
let's take some of the emphasis and the focus on the players not playing and put it on the coaches. They the one really pouting and know what I'm saying?
If you heard my soliloquy, I said upper level coaching and school officials.
Okay.
We around football, man, all our life. You a dog. You want to go out there and show the next motherfucker I hit you in your mouth.
Right.
Too many players laid out of that game for it not to be a conspiracy to do so.
Exactly.
But it hurt the team. It hurt the look, hurt college football and to microsize it, the ACC and Florida State.
Well, you know what, bro? Hurt people. You know what I'm saying? They was hurt. So goddamn, when you hurt somebody else.
And they got hurt worse when you had the damn water boy putting up motherfucking, excuse me, like, you hurt worse when you had the water boy putting up 15 yards on tucks and runs. You had one of the boy cheerleaders put on a uniform, come out there, store touch. I mean, Georgia was literally picking people out of the crowd to play football against this under subpar Florida State Seminoles. It was an embarrassment to college football.
But you know who really got hurt?
Who?
The NCAA. The one who paid all that money for the bowl game. Because you best believe people start watching that game after the second quarter. So
what we're going to have to do, bro, we're going to have to see how much the viewership was.
Yeah, I guarantee you only Georgia fans was watching that game after the halftime. Yeah.
It was an embarrassment.
Exactly.
If you like offensive football, you was watching it because it was a slaughter fan.
Alabama fans, chime in. Alabama, Ohio State fans, was y'all watching that game at the halftime?
Getting their ass kicked. Yeah, let's go into some scores, man. We got some bold scores for the people.
We got old Missouri Tigers. Y'all held the SEC down, and y'all whooped. Speaking of Ohio State, y'all whooped them.
Missouri?
14-3. Missouri Tigers.
I would like the Tigers though.
You like them?
Yeah, the SEC, man. We rep. So we beat Ohio State. What was the score again?
The score was 14-3.
Oh man.
Okay.
What else we got?
Then we got the Ole Miss. I
don't like their name, but I like their coach.
You like their coach? Okay.
I hate the running rebel. That's some bullshit, man.
They put a whipping. I'm talking like old Bama Blue. They put a whipping on Penn State, 38-25.
On the Nittany Lions.
On the Nittany.
Another SEC team. What was
Another SEC team, 38-25. Ooh. And then you got them dogs.
Capital One Bowl.
The best team in the country.
Go dogs.
Know what I'm saying? Florida State, I feel for y'all, but I still like what I saw. I wanted to whoop y'all tail. Know what I'm saying? Hey, Cole, whoever's on the field, we had to handle business. I'm sorry for y'all players that had, I'm sorry it happened. It had to be y'all, but it had to be somebody because we felt like we should have been in the college playoff. And unlike Florida State, we were going to show the reason why we should have been there.
In the same way. And what was that score again? Say it again.
What
was it?
63-3.
Hey, y'all got, I was a Bulldog. I know it's Roll Tide right now, but I was a Bulldog yesterday, man. Due to the fact that we are playing outside of the conference, I would definitely go down. And when I tell you that the last 2 years, y'all put up the biggest spread between
I think it was a
TCU game, and this year, y'all both of those games are 1-2. This one here got all-time bowl games. Georgia.
So we number 1 and number 2, but we ain't one of the best 4 teams in the country.
Y'all were very much so one of the best teams in Georgia. I mean, in CFP on Alabama. Y'all sure was. It should have been Michigan, Washington, Alabama, and Georgia. That's what it should have been. That's
Nah. It should have been Michigan, Washington, Texas, Georgia. That's what it should have been.
We beat y'all. I didn't want to hear y'all. Texas, come on, man. We haven't talked about this. Texas beat us week 2, man. We're a different
What
team.
happened last year? TCU lost 1 game. They conference championship, and they did not drop 1 spot.
But TCU, they damn sure did.
I got you on that. I knew you couldn't come back. They didn't drop not 1 spot. So how does the number 1 team in the country go from number 1 to number 6?
That's crazy.
Committee, that's why I went Florida State. Cause committee, y'all with some bullshit,
Georgia,
man. Y'all pick and choose. Y'all just be all over the place.
No. The difference is Georgia took they loss on the chin. They were like, you know what? We think we're supposed to be there. We're not there, but we're gonna go out there, play this bowl game. We're gonna kick some ass, and we're gonna show the people why we deserve.
But know what though? It's a little easier because we knew that the Florida State players was going to opt out, so we knew they were barbecue chicken anyway.
I think as a coach, man, I mean, when you make your game play, you can't just be in the other team's locker room seeing what they doing. I think. But
we had this report before the game even played.
Understood. Excuse me. Yeah. Understood that this report was out, but at the end of the day, if you Georgia, you just gotta do you. You can't be worried about Florida State. That's why. Yeah. You would think the decision would have been okay. Where they're opting out, if I'm Georgia, they're opting out players They're coming with mediocre players. You know what? I'm just going to start my third string, and we're going to opt out too. Hell no.
Yeah.
When you're competitive, when you want to win, when championships or being a championship caliber, because, see, you don't have to be in the championship game to show championship caliber. Georgia showed elite. It ain't that many elite football teams. Let's just be honest. It's probably about maybe 4 or 5. Georgia showed why they was elite yesterday, but more importantly, Florida State showed why they are not.
Hey, Kirby said we are the standard, and we lived up to the standard.
And we're talking about, I'm trying to get another smooth transition.
Okay.
Talking about standard, man. LeBron James goes past all standards and laws when it comes to professional sports. This man is entering his 21st? 21st year of playing professional sports. A sport that has a lot of physical attributes as for jumping and twisting of your body, and just to be 39 years old.
Yep, just turned 39.
And still doing on that level, man, you would never see another athlete like LeBron again.
But
with that being said, but this year it seemed like Father Time is taking this toll on LeBron.
It does?
Yeah, it does. With the amount of and he's gonna pull up the bull craps. Let me tell you about the stats. They were garbage stats. It was all like during the course of the game last night. We watched the game, and everything was at the end. It was LeBron got handled throughout the most of the game.
But was it garbage time though?
No, it wasn't garbage.
Okay, it's a difference between ending and garbage time.
They never was a threat to the end of the game, and then
go ahead.
But Bron is averaging 36 minutes a game a year. Almost
too much.
A year for. I think that's way too much. And to be in a position of leadership, you have to be on the floor. And I think that what's going to happen is there's going to be too many games where LeBron's going to have to take off just to recover from the high intensity that he's playing in year 21. So on his birthday last night, it was a controversial call where his foot was on the three-point line, allegedly, and that was a potential game-tying shot.
Right.
The officials gave him 2 points for it. They went down. They ended up losing by 3, I think.
2.
Losing by 2. So I guess a two-part question when it comes to LeBron. They've been under 500 since the in-season tourney.
Okay.
And are they preserving themselves for a post-All-Star run, or are they just trying to get this new lineup together?
I think they're trying to get the new lineup together, and they've been playing against some real good teams. I mean, Minnesota's number 1 in the West. They had them. They played Boston a few nights ago. So, you know, it's a good, tough part of the schedule. You know, it's kind of hard. And the referees, man, it's been a bad weekend for the referees.
In professional sports.
Professional sports. We're going to talk about another game later on, but y'all got it wrong, man. The man foot, you can see gap court on there. They showed you in real time. You got it wrong. I mean, it was a 3. And for the help center somewhere, the replay center, I don't know what y'all were looking at, man. Y'all got it wrong. It was a 3. The game would have been tied at that point. That's why I say it wasn't garbage. That three-pointer would have tied the game.
That was a big 3.
It was a big 3, so there's no telling what could have went on after that. So to have that happen on your birthday, man.
On your birthday, man.
39th birthday, man.
I thought you were supposed to hit.
It's an outrage. It's a dubious. The man.
I thought he was supposed to hit 39 points. How many? What was his final box score?
His final box score was 26 points. We got 6 assists, and we got 3 rebounds. Now I would have liked him to have more rebounds, but.
Well, okay. What was his field goal percentage?
His field goal percentage was
brick.
It was slightly under 50%. Slightly.
What's slightly?
They don't have it on here. Let me see if I can.
How many shots?
Put like this. He took 21 and he made 10.
Yeah, slightly under.
Slightly under. Mm-hmm. So, you know.
It's definitely safe to say that he picked up in the end part of this game because he saw the same game.
But in his defense, he's like the top 3 and 4th quarter point. That's what he does all year.
He's a closer.
He's a closer. That's what he does.
He didn't close it last night on his birthday, man.
Because it was robbed. Bell-faced it.
What do y'all think? You think he was robbed? These officials, they have a tough job of making some calls. At first, it got to be in a timely manner. It has to be in a timely manner. And then it's you don't want to just overturn everything. And it makes
that shit should have been overturned now. Because this is a critical part of the game.
Man, you know we do media, man. Angles matter. Now, they said it was another angle clearly showing his foot on the line.
I want to see that angle. I want to see it. I ain't saw it yet.
They said that from that angle, it wasn't enough to overturn the call. The call on the floor was a 2-pointer, right?
Right.
And that's what it was. It would have been different if they would have called a 3 and said, let's go back and look at it. Because if they would have did it like that, it probably would have been enough evidence to overturn it for a 3. But it was called a 2 on the floor.
Well, basically, it was called wrong the first time, but since we called it wrong and we don't have another evidence to overturn it, we're going to keep the wrong play wrong. That shit wrong, man.
Now, there was a foul, I think, in the third quarter when LeBron went to the hole and it was hitting the head. That truly was a foul. I mean,
it was a mugging.
A high-impact foul, too, doing the jumping.
Exactly, and it hit across the head. That usually be reviewed for potential flagrant foul.
So do you think LeBron is still just not getting respect from the refs, or is it these set of refs? Because, refs, they change different sets, they different cities. I know it's that old black guy. He's a pretty popular
old
ref.
school.
Old school.
I forgot his name, but yeah.
Do you think it's a conspiracy against LeBron, or just one of those things where the ref just had to make a call?
I'm definitely not the conspiracy type of guy. I think it's one of those, it's the Shaq effect. Oh, he's so big, he's so strong, Shaq used to get hat back in the day, and they wouldn't call it. I believe LeBron kind of similar. Since he's so big and so strong, you should be able to take some of those licks. So it definitely gets overlooked. So I'm not going to just go out and say it's conspiracy, but if it was Michael goddamn Jordan, that shit would have been called. You couldn't breathe on him.
Oh, man, Mike come from a different time. It was way more hacky when Mike done played.
In the 80s it was, in the early 90s, but once he came to winning championship, you couldn't breathe on him, man. That was the beginning of the soft era.
Well, LeBron, with the flopping, and not to mention,
Roddy Divac started that.
He cried every play, so you don't know. It's like the boy cried wolf. He always. So it's like the boy who cried wolf, man. You can't overturn a play because LeBron go and act go to the replay and all that. Obviously, it didn't work on his birthday.
Exactly, man. It's the birthday, man. Get a guy a break.
So what's y'all record right now going? And we right on the eve of the All-Star break. We got about another month of basketball.
Oh, man, we one game above 500, 17-6.
Okay, so y'all got above 500.
Yeah.
Okay, like I said, I think LeBron with this in-season tournament thing, I think he's playing too much. It's going to be hard for him to stay at that level post All-Star game. That's just what I think, bro. I know that's your man. You think he's Superman. Like you said, he might go, James might come out here and score a 40 pack. He ain't drop a dub that next game.
Hey, man, it happens, man.
Hey, man. You right. Even Superman had kryptonite.
Yeah, shit. Jordan scored 2 points in the game before. Shit.
Well, hey, guys, we about to go to commercial break real quick. We're going to come back. We are going to talk about the controversial call at the Lions and the Cowboys game. This right here was crazy. We saw that in real time, too. Then.
Yes, sir. Real time.
We'll be right back.
If you want championship-level legal representation and you're not at fault, call BROvsBRO. As championship season is upon us, one question to ask yourself is, what team is my lawyer on? Every lawyer at our law firm is a graduate of the University of Georgia School of Law, the #1 law school in Georgia, and one of the top 20 law schools in America. So remember, if you want championship level legal representation and you're not at fault, call BROvsBRO. Go Dogs, sick 'em. Roo, roo, roo.
Stacey, man, I've been waiting for you about 15 minutes.
Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be late. I'm trying to handle something on this app for my taxes.
Oh, an app?
Yeah, app. I'm doing
Why
my
are you
taxes
using
on
the
the app.
app to try to do your taxes? Doing that stuff yourself, man, you never know about the tax law, these new administration, and you probably be paying more money through the government by missing some, or, just because you don't know what's going on. So you're taking a chance by even trying to do it yourself in the first place.
Don't they charge a lot?
Man, look, the rest of these folks out here trying to knock y'all head out. Tax now got reasonable rates, and they ain't trying to do nobody wrong, and they've been doing taxes for forever. So definitely need to holler at.
Oh, so I need a professional.
You need a professional.
All right.
Put that app stuff away, leave that stuff alone, and talk with somebody who know what the hell they doing, okay?
Oh, good. I will
Tell them T-Flow sent you. Coach T-Flow.
Okay, I got you.
All right, now bring your buddy in so we can get this work.
What sets you apart from everyone else? How important is your individuality? Are you a trendsetter who sets the trend, or are you content with following the footsteps of others? When you look back, will you be able to say you made an impact on the culture, or will you just be another face in the crowd? Different is the new cool. The world is a backdrop. Visit us at modestdeals.com for more information.
The world is a backdrop, and Modest Stills is one of its most up-and-coming photographers. He specializes in senior portraits, event photography, maternity and wedding shots, sports photography, and more. Modest Stills was voted 2017 Photographer of the Year. Whether you need a studio look or you prefer the outdoors, Modest Stills is your #1 source for image capturing in the Tri-City area. For more information, visit us at our website, modeststills.com, or call us at 706-536-6372.
Welcome back to the BROvsBRO Podcast. And last night there was a controversial call in the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions game. Game is on the line. The Dallas Cowboys scored, but the Detroit Lions came right back and put the bun in the oven. I mean, Dallas.
Fast.
Yeah, and you said something about that. I guess they got the same defensive coordinator that the Atlanta Falcons had, and he just let off the gas in that last drive and let Detroit come back down and score. And Detroit Lions, what's their coach? I forgot his coach now. He was going for the win. He was like, we're not finna kick this extra point. We're finna go for the win. Yeah. And they set up a nice play with a lineman for a tight end, I think. Mm-hmm. And he was able to slide off a block and make the touchdown, the extra point after the touchdown for 2 points, and win the game. But not. There was a controversial call made by the officials which said that the lineman, it was number 68, right?
Yep.
He did not check in with the referee. He did not check in as a receiver or
report.
He did not report, and he was ineligible to catch the ball. So they ran a couple more plays. It was an offsides by Micah Parsons, which negated I think it was like a bad pass or something. And then they came back and did the
penalty.
The penalty.
Yeah.
And they came back again and did the play. It was like three extra point attempts. And the last one was what's his name? Goff threw a short pass.
Yeah, it was a bad pass.
And a bad pass, and that was the end of the game. But the play in which they scored, in retrospect, once the footage came out, it seemed like that lineman did check in with the referee. So, once again, man, how do you think that these refs are affecting these games? And you can even go back to the Saints a couple years ago. They had back-to-back 2 years where they had controversial plays by the refs that weren't called. Start with this one.
Well, I think the refs definitely dropped the ball. I mean, have they even came out and made an official statement yet?
I haven't heard any statements from the NFL.
So, you know, that kind of lets you know what's going on. And I think his name is Dan. The coach's first name is Dan Sun, but I watched a little bit of the press conference last night, and he was saying that he actually, before the game tipped off, he went to the refs explaining the play.
Are you talking about, so before, while they was in timeout, he explained to the refs what he was
No, before the game started. So I guess I don't know, he participated, the move, or, you know, or whatever, but it was explained.
How the hell is the ref supposed to remember something a coach told me at the beginning of the game at the end of the game?
Goddamn shit, because you a professional, that's how. You tell me something at the beginning of the game, I won't remember.
So I'm supposed to remember number 68 coming in?
Nah, I guess the concept or the play or whatever. I don't know. You know, I'm just telling you what he said in the press conference. He said kind of like he went over it to let them know.
And they proved it, I guess. I said it was okay.
Yeah.
And then they run the play, and it ain't okay.
It ain't okay. So the footage definitely shows number 68 going in, talking to the ref. The man in the press conference, he actually said that he told him report and just walked off. So, you know, I don't know the procedure.
The ref said something to him.
And he said something to him. But like you said, maybe the ref wasn't paying attention to anything, and he thought that 68 was actually number 70, and number 70 had previously reported. So they put out some kind of statement, once you report, you don't have to do it no more. So maybe they thought 68 was number 70. Man, I don't know what they thought, but they got it wrong. The man cleared his own film. He walking up to the ref. Press conference, he said he told him, report, and he went back to the huddle until the position went up. So for the rest to even throw that flag, man, and then for it to be reviewed, and man, that's a tough loss, man, on a gutsy play.
Definitely, it was a gutsy play, and once again, we got to ask ourselves, how are these referees affecting these games, especially on a pro level, like LeBron getting hacked, the 3-point shot. In this case right here, if the refs are making the mistake, I mean, just the old adage that the ref is part of the game, these refs are influencing the outcomes of these games, some of the calls that they are making. And to me, it's the NFL has to do, sports period, they have to do something. It has to be some kind of retribution. It's almost like, and I hate to go there, it's almost like the cops. You know, cops can go out there and commit certain crimes and not get punished for them, qualified immunity. And it's kind of like the refs in the NFL got qualified immunity. Like, they can do stuff and make calls that's going to determine people go. In the Saints, that was a Super Bowl bid.
Yeah. And it seems like the problem is they don't want to be wrong. Guys, if you just made a mistake, man, and you got it wrong, what's the big deal in saying, okay, we got it wrong.
The Shield doesn't get it wrong. That's what they try
Let's
to put out there.
correct it. Yeah.
The Shield doesn't get it wrong, you know, and they're human. They make mistakes. Now, it's hard to vouch for them in a situation like LeBron when you see people seeing the play and you're like, okay, you're looking at the same thing I'm looking at. And to me, even though we're not qualified NBA referees, but if you see space between somebody's foot and a line, you don't have to be an NBA referee to say, hey, his foot wasn't on the line.
Exactly.
And to make these people just not being able to accept the fact that they made a mistake and come out and be like, hey, we got this one wrong. It kind of makes you think that some of the rumors about the Vegas and the game, it kind of makes you think it got to be something here, because people are always saying things are rigged. The NBA is not rigged. The NFL is rigged. Yep. And then when you see the refs behaving in such a manner, it kind of gives some credence to what they're saying, because you're like, I know that this was a foul. I know that this was a 3-point shot. And, you know, these games, especially with these point spreads, they come down to points sometimes.
Exactly.
So they can have an influence on gambling.
Billions of dollars on the line.
Billions of dollars on the line, playoff chances. So what do you think the NFL or professional sports should do about these refs, that's especially if it's a constant thing?
Well, man, I think they should be fined. They should be held accountable. They should be made to come in front of the camera, admit their wrongs, you know, stuff like that. Because I'm pretty sure there's some type of...
There should be some retribution.
There should be some retribution, some public retribution. I don't want to hear nothing what happened behind closed doors. Bring it on TV. Bring it on television. I'm pretty sure they have something in place for a rep that just flagrantly misses calls or something, you know, besides being fired.
They got to have some kind of, I think they have a review board.
Yeah, they got to have something.
Yeah, and I'm sure, but they do everything so secretive.
Exactly.
So if a player get in trouble, the media hear everything. But I'm sure refs, like the gambling situation and refs, you know, refs kind of maybe like be friendly with some players sometimes. They look at stuff like that and say, you know what, we know you're a ref, but you was too friendly with discount double check, or you're a little too friendly with Patrick Mahomes. Or, you know, and the NFL and the NBA have some of the best investigators. I saw it on ESPN one day. They what's the NBA's commissioner name?
Dan Gilbert.
The NBA commissioner basically said,
Adam
Silver.
Yeah.
Adam Silver said, we hire the best detectives and law enforcement people once they retire. So if we have a police chief, like we have a police chief, they'll probably go get that police chief or somebody who's a specialist in something to hire him for the NBA. So they know if these refs are, you know, gambling. They know if these players are, you know, they know, they keep, because you got to keep a track of that. So corruption's everywhere. So you have to question why a ref would risk their job, maybe, or whatever, or the lifestyle, maybe they can say, no, we can't let you have that many games because you mess up big games. You would think, why would they risk that for something so trivial? So it begs me to say that it's just a mistake, not the conspiracy part. It's just a mistake because why would you risk? I think we had that one referee, he was getting down, he went to prison.
Yeah.
But it's not nothing we can say in our lifetime. You just hear about a lot.
But sometimes these referees are human, man, and sometimes they have personal vendettas against these players. How can Chris Paul, what's that one referee? He has never won a game against us.
It's probably the one that was playing with LeBron last night. It ain't him.
Nah, it ain't the black guy. His name is Scott something.
Oh, he's a white ref?
Yeah. I ain't saying he racist or something, but they definitely have a not so good relationship where he has never won a playoff game against this referee.
Nike ain't gonna win that this year either. Man, in closing, man, we gotta talk about our boy Russell Wilson. Now, Russell Wilson, our nickname in the hood for him is pure and wholesome. No, he's just like Tebow. Looking at the same person, looking at Russell Wilson, looking at Tebow. Russell Wilson was just benched by Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos, and they're saying it's about some money. Like, if he doesn't get injured, they don't have to pay him a certain amount of money. They already got to pay him a big sum.
$39 million.
$39 million. But the Denver Broncos benched him so he won't get injured. So I guess they want to pay some kind of insurance.
Yeah, another additional 30-some million.
If he gets injured, right?
If he gets injured.
Do you think that's a good practice ethnically for a professional team to put on a player? And do you think that Sean Payton is showing due process when it comes to Russell Wilson?
I definitely think that's not good for the franchise to do a player. You tell these players to go out there, play your hardest, play for your team, play for your teammates. But when it comes to financial money reasons, you want to bench them. I don't understand that.
Do you think Sean Payton is being unfair to Russell Wilson in this situation?
Definitely he's being unfair. Russell Wilson is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He should have the respect. He should have the benefit of the doubt to go out there and perform at a high level. I mean, Sean Payton, I have never seen you dress down a quarterback like the way you did Russell Wilson. You never did Drew Brees like that. Hell, you even did Jameis Winston like that. So the constant disrespect of Russell Wilson, I don't get it, man. And I believe the reports are true that the Denver Broncos actually came to Russell Wilson and tried to get him to renegotiate his contract or take the injury clause out of his contract, or they was going to bench him.
So now we look at like it's a conspiracy.
It is a conspiracy because that's come from one of the big boy reporters. So,
but isn't this the same Russell Wilson? Maybe 2 or 3 months ago, people were saying he was some kind of sports diva, that he couldn't connect to the team, that he didn't he had his own office away apart from the team, that he didn't really talk to players or gel with players. So maybe Sean Payton, just the old school coach, be like, hey, look, this little soft fairy diva shit, we out the door with that. Hey, I'm gonna put some fire up under your ass and hold you accountable.
Okay, that is true. And all those things that you just said, examples, was last year. So coming into this year, Sean Payton did take away the office. He did tell them, Russ, you kissing too many babies or some old shit like that. And
Something else he never told Drew.
Something else he never told Drew. Exactly. So
Drew was Mr. New Orleans. That's how he did was campaign.
Exactly. So definitely since the start of the season, he's been hard on Russ. And man, I just believe it's unjust because Russ did have a stretch, man, where he played out of his mind. I think they went on like a 5-game winning streak, man. He played out of his mind. He's top 10 in touchdown passes. I mean, he has I think he has fewer than 10 interceptions. I know, maybe around about 7 or 8 or something like that. Man, the guy's been playing. He's been giving it all to his team. And like I say, you franchises, your owners, that's what they tell y'all to play for your team, leave it all on the field. That's what he's doing. And when it comes to the money, just because you got out-negotiated, I guess we can say, and you just want to take – first of all, I think Russell Wilson is a guy of high character. I mean, I don't think – how many games left in the season? 2 or 3? The odds are likely that he's not going to get hurt. I don't think he plays to get hurt.
What, 13 games? Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think the odds are low that he was getting hurt, that he would.
And he definitely wouldn't use that. He wouldn't say.
He wouldn't use that, exactly. He wouldn't fake. He wouldn't fake an injury. He wouldn't fake it. So I'm kind of like, man, where did this come from? I mean, just because it's in the clause, y'all don't want to risk it, but still, y'all would risk. And you know what? And I believe another report came out that basically they told Russ that we may be cutting you. No, we are going to, you won't be here next year. So I think all those things are just coming into play.
Yeah, compiling.
Yeah, it's just compiling. You know you're not going to be here next year, so that's why we don't want to pay you just in case you get injured. And no matter what, we on the hook for $39 million.
Woo. and Russ, to me, he's still a quality NFL quarterback. I think.
He would have another job.
Yeah, he'll get picked
Definitely.
up. Hopefully, get picked up in the AFC West so he can stick it to him.
And like Russ said with the tweet, God got me. So guess what? Not only is he gonna make the $39 million that the Denver Broncos have to pay him regardless, he will also have an additional salary for whichever team that picks him up. And I think the basement price for a quarterback, Daniel Jones, is at least $40 million. I think Russ is worth that.
Yeah.
So $40 million on top of 39. Hey man, Russ, you gonna be all right, baby. Just kick back, man. Let's ride.
And he already, with that being said, he worth $160 right now. He worth $160 million. So I mean, just throw them other $30-40 million with the rest of it in Sierra, you know.
Hey, and know what?
They ballin'.
Rumors. I'm not gonna say rumors because not rumors. A lot of quarterbacks, a lot of teams that need quarterbacks, one of them is the Atlanta Falcons. That's home of who?
Sierra.
Sierra. Hey, Russ. Hey, man.
Like a boy.
Hey. If you come here, we want that Waffle House Russ, man.
We want Waffle House Russ.
Yeah, we want Waffle House Russ, man. We don't want goddamn IHOP Russ. We want the Waffle House Russ.
Oh, he gonna turn up. He's gonna get a little blacker if he comes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
He gonna talk a little more hood and
that's
everything.
it. So you come here, man, we want the Waffle House Russ, man. We don't want the other shit, man.
Man, look, man, you know, before I go, man, I got to ask you about your boy Cam, man. Is Cam like a fortune teller? Is he like a wizard when it comes to the quarterback position? Cam predicted and made some comments about some quarterbacks. And when I tell you, like, it's like the next week after he took a lot of flack from a lot of pundits, a lot of talking heads on TV, he took a lot of flack. Like the next week, it's like everything he said damn near came true.
I'm going to tell you what I don't like. Okay. A lot of these pundits, the big-time pundits, y'all can get on TV and critique a quarterback, know what I'm saying? And because that's what you paid to do. You saying what you see. Y'all have used the words bust. Y'all have used the words game managers and everything. But when Cam Newton says it and kind of digs a little deeper, instead of just looking at what he says, y'all want to look into his career. And say, well, Cam, you was the bust toward the end and you were this. But damn, he's saying some of the similar things y'all have said about people. So I didn't understand it, the criticism. And now he's looking like a guru. He was right. And I think a former MVP, a guy that's been to the Super Bowl, that won a championship with the Heisman Trophy winner, won a championship at Auburn, that came back from a 21-point deficit against Alabama. Okay, I'm just talking about his accolades.
Did he just pass?
Now, somebody just broke his record, single season.
Lamar Jackson.
So he held that record.
For a while, yeah.
I believe he has the right to give his opinion.
He's qualified.
He's qualified.
He's qualified.
He's qualified to give his opinion on matters of a quarterback.
What's the black lady journalist who said something about it? She was one of the main ones. The little thick chubby one. She ain't really chubby. She on ESPN. She was one of the ones that went at Cam.
No, the one, the Cleveland Brown reporter, Kimberly Martin.
think that's her name. She be out there with.
She be on ESPN a lot. First take, Kimberly Martin.
Yeah, I think it was her. I know it wasn't Malika. It was the other one. It's two on basically.
I think Malika mostly basketball, but
it was the other one.
it had to be Kimberly Martin.
She went ham on
Cam
Newton, yes, about that.
That, you know, Kim
him out, putting his record out there. And
that's what I'm talking about, though.
And no offense, you a chick. You won't even play football.
Nah, man, don't do Kimberly like that, man. Don't do Kimberly like that, man. Hey, Kimberly, I respect you. You know your shit. You know your shit.
You a chick. You don't even play football for you to.
But she covers it, though. You know what I'm saying? She's a sideline reporter.
Cam played the game.
Yeah, he played. It's a difference.
And
he played
went at him on a personal level. Say he liked the nutcracker in his outfit. And just talk about his clothes. He had a little thing on. You guys can't be dressing, man. Can't be dressing. But I felt it's like it always is. You know, when it comes from the heart, from somebody who played the game, the pundits, they're always gonna point fingers. Because at the end of the day, it's about a story, and they didn't even listen to what he said. They just critiqued him for saying it.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of just looking at what he said. But let me ask you a question though, before we get up out of here. Miro recently said he let it be known to the public about what O'Brien, what he said about him, how he should change positions and everything. But look at him now, you know, he kind of took little subtle shots, but then he kind of walked it back later on, saying he learned a lot of things from him. I mean, how you feel about it? If O'Brien did tell him that.
This is how I feel about it. When I first heard it, my first instinct was it was a bad look. I didn't like it when he said it. His whole character this season, his whole aura has been a humble kid, you know, tells you he's a Christian God-fearing kid. And I felt like he had a chip on his shoulder at that time. I know when you do a media day, they put a lot of pressure on you to ask you all those questions. But I seen a little bit of vulnerability in him right there. You know, it's like he kind of lost his cool for a second. Like he made it personal.
Or maybe it was personal. Maybe that's his kind of like his sole motivation.
It could be, but
that's what gets him going.
My first opinion was I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I like the humble. I like the humble and showing, kicking their ass on the field, Miro. I've been down with you, Miro. My brother tell you.
Me too.
Now we've been down with you, man. When them folks
was he asked the question or did he volunteer it?
I think he was asked a question and he went in, and then he kind of had a little spat with the reporter too, like, you know, what would you do? He said something to the fact of, how would you feel if somebody didn't? He threw the question back to the reporter, so it felt it came from a place of bitterness.
I feel him though.
I feel him. Maybe he is using it for motivation, but with the season he's had, it's some other things he could have drew. Because what ain't been in it, he's a junior now, so I guess.
I think he told him that. He told him that like
a couple years ago.
Yeah, his freshman year, exactly.
Exactly. So you know, everybody doesn't get it right the first time. I'm sure Bill O'Brien will probably walk it back and say, you know, he turned out to be an okay quarterback. You know, I was wrong. So you know, for it to happen, it would be different if he said that maybe at the beginning of this season, but. I know it had to be a little while because he ain't been at Bama in how many years? 2 years? Bill O'Brien been in a couple years.
I just wish he would have maybe waited or something to after he went
man, it's that janky shit, man. Because you know what I'm saying? You called it too early. That's why I didn't like it. But like, look at number 2. Even though he didn't call, I forgot the kid name from Michigan. He had a passionate speech about Ohio State being soft. Like they were about that like they were soft. So, but he said that after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Why I'm saying that's the difference.
He was smart.
Miro's comment, but it was during media day, and he was probably asked, and he just elaborated a little more than I would want him to be, man.
But I think no matter what, even win or lose against Michigan, he still had a phenomenal season. Considering how it started, considering getting benched, to what he has accomplished beating Georgia, that comeback win against Auburn.
Yeah, man.
The man has had a phenomenal season.
Had a great season.
He has had a great season.
Mention, and this what a lot of people forget about Miro. Well, I didn't forget. Last year, I want to say he won 2 games. One of them was on the road. For the Tide last year, and he was a sophomore then, come behind Bryce, and he still stepped up. I felt personally. That game when they let Bryce play when he was hurt, I felt personally they should have let Miro play that game because they lost that game. That was LSU, I think. I think they should let Miro start and should have just kind of like ran the Wildcat, let him run. Not so much of the throwing, but Bryce was injured, man. Bryce was probably just barely 50%. He still put up a good game, but Milroe has been a dominant player in the college football scene. Great quarterback, great kid from all accounts, and I hope we dominate Michigan, and then we finish off the winners between the Washington and Texas game next week.
Okay.
All right, go Roll Tide. You know I'm representing your Milroe. Remember the video I had made about Milroe? When they had first bench Milroe, I snapped because I was reading all the comments about all the people saying he wasn't no good quarterback. He was this. You already know what
Alabama fan was saying.
He was an Alabama fan, and look, on this thing right here, it was black and white. Usually be the white folk doing it, but you know, this thing right here, it was the white. Some of my own family members who I know love Milroe. I had to get in their ass too. Had to get in and say, hey man, that boy a real quarterback. Y'all memory too short. They were using him the right way. Once they started letting him put their feet, let him be more like Jalen Hurts. Riding ever since. Roll Tide. Well, that's it for today, man. Next time we'll be coming back, man. We're probably going to check in Wednesday, too, man, because we'll have the results of all those games. Plus, we'll see what your boy Lebron did in the next couple of weeks.
I don't know. We may have to check in Tuesday, man. See if y'all win this game.
Oh, that's right. I thought it was 2. I thought it was 2.
Well, and Monday 5 p.m.
That's right, yeah. So we will be checking out special SE edition. That's a special edition of Bro vs. Bro Podcast at the end of the. It's 2 games. It's not just Alabama and Michigan.
Man, the goddamn game.
You ain't riding with Texas, but you already said you think Washington gonna upset them.
Yeah, I think gonna be the upset.
Man, Texas for that.
Either upset or y'all gonna cover. I got money on y'all. Y'all better cover.
Texas is going to do them boys. Texas made Bama look small, damn. I was like, God, damn, these folks big, man. They finna do them folks, man. All right. It's gonna be Texas and Alabama the rematch. Watch this. Yep. Cool. All right, we out. BROvsBRO Podcast.
Happy birthday to the GOAT, man.
Happy
GOAT
New Year,
James, 39. GOAT.
We out.